Welcome to the One Life podcast with Behka White. I am your host, and this is episode 50, The Reset Button. Have you ever found yourself in circumstances wishing you could push the reset button for a retry? Have you ever been so stressed that you can't handle what's in front of you? In my experience, reacting or making decisions when we are in the fight, flight, or freeze mode doesn't usually lead to favorable outcomes. This is because fight, flight, or freeze mode hijacks the rational and thinking part of our brain. So, when we find ourselves in these situations, we can take a few deep breaths to pull us out of the fight, flight, or freeze mode and back into the present where we can respond with our access to reason fully intact, which leads to much better outcomes. What if we could prepare ourselves so that even in stressful situations, we could stay in the present and not turn reactionary? What if we could push the reset button before we needed it? I believe that we can. I propose that the reset button is actually self-care. Taking care of ourselves physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually keeps us balanced. So we are less likely to get thrown off when challenges arise. Knowing this, self-care is not a luxury. It is vital for building resilience and for avoiding burnout and overwhelm. Self-care is essential in showing up as the best version of ourselves. Before moving to Colorado, I directed a bereavement group of junior high students who had lost a loved one. Grief is painful and isolating and magnifies emotions, conflicts, responsibilities times 10, times 100, times a million. Being a teenager is already stressful. And so in our group, we often discussed healthy and unhealthy coping mechanisms for stress. Coping mechanisms is another name for self-care and the reset button. So here is a list of shared by my very wise junior high students. Feel free to take notes of things that might serve you as well. Here are some of the things that they would do. Listen to music, be alone to think, be with friends, talk to someone, play my instrument, exercise, ride my skateboard, go for a walk, journal, draw, cry, take a nap, breathe, work on hobbies, take a bath, pray, read a book, eat some good food, do yoga, make something. Aren't they brilliant? To summarize, we do actually have a reset button. It is called self-care, and it works proactively. When we take care of ourselves before we meet life's crises, we will be prepared to rise to the challenges before us. Today's invitation is to explore what self-care serves you best, and then find a way to implement it into your life daily. You are pretty great. Keep living your best life.